The zombie apocalypse is a very popular fantasy that many dream of being in, but in actuality, it'll be hella boring with some PTSD-inducing moments, all while having general life expectancy cut to be around 30 years old. However, if it does happen, the key to surviving is more money, specifically buying more shit before it happens and staying prepped. But unless you got a lot of money on you, it's unreasonable to do so. So in this video, I'm going to go through 4 different tiers with different budgets to give you the best chance of surviving. Before I begin, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. My goal is 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. The first tier is $100, which may seem like a lot, but it's not when it comes to survival gear. So you're gonna have to go full on Bear Grylls caveman mode to survive. So while buying medicine or freeze-dried food can be very important, it does not last particularly long. With such a tight budget, you want to find objects that can be repeatedly used and last a long time. The first item is a life straw. This thing can protect against 99% of all bacteria and parasites. It's super lightweight at 4 ounces, can last 5 years for a single person, and can filter out 1,000 gallons of water. The specific one that I'm looking at is $34.95, but there's also off-brand ones as well. The second item is a Swiss Army knife. Now it doesn't have to be this specific brand, it's just that it's very famous. The highest version, the Swiss Champ, is on sale at $69.83, and it's filled with all sorts of little tools, but honestly, it's overkill for the price unless the apocalypse is for sure. You're better off with the Fieldmaster, which is at $34.02. This is a multifunctional tool, not specifically for combat, but more so for cutting rope, opening cans, grooming, building, unscrewing and screwing, etc. The third item to get is a hunting/survival knife. The Mossy Oak 14-inch Bowie knife is $21.99, so it could be a great value for the $100 budget. You can get something else as well, but make sure it's a fixed blade so there's no mechanisms that could get stuck from dirt or grime. To end off this tier, you want to master 2 vague terms, creativity and adaptiveness. With such little tools on hand, it's going to be very difficult for you to survive, so you want to go on YouTube and binge a bunch of survival videos. For example, how to make primitive tools, how to hunt, how to fish, how to make tents, etc. You also want to localize your searches to the environment you live in. It's not enough to just watch the videos, you have to actually go out and practice these techniques. Make it a fun new hobby like building hobo stoves or a bow and arrow, until you become comfortable with making items out of random stuff. The second tier is $500. You could level up the Swiss Army knife if you choose to, but I would definitely level up the hunting knife, preferably in the $70 to $120 range, but you could also do more. For example, the buck knives with a fire striker is on sale for $69.99, and it gives you something to start a fire with as well. Next, you want to build an EDC bag or everyday carry. Now the specific items inside the bag can change depending on the location, weather, and other external factors. Here are some basic items to get though. You want a solid bag that can take a beating, with darker colors so it doesn't stand out. The CV Life Tactical Rucksack is $39.99, and though it's a little big, it could be worth it. You also want some food and water to keep you satiated while performing other tasks. There is a range of choices from MREs to a brand called Mountain House. These range in price and might be a little heavy. The MRE Beef and Chicken Entrees combo, which is an 18-pack, costs $66. You could also bring snack bars with you, like Cliff Bars, and the 16-count one costs $27.25. You also want a hydration bladder, which is a pliable water bottle with a straw-like attachment, so you can just drink it without taking it out. The Whack Cool 2-liter one is $16.99. Other items to include would be a charger for your phone and a battery if you can't find an outlet. I would recommend a power bank that uses both solar and hand cranking to charge, so you have two other ways of charging it. The solar charger hand crank portable from A-Tech Solutions is $35.99. The next item to have in your EDC is an extra pair of underwear and socks. And if it's a warmer climate, you can also put in an extra shirt and extra pants. However, if it's a colder climate, you want to put some thermal wear or compression clothing in there, like DevUp's long sleeve thermal compression shirt for about $26 and their pants for about $25. Next is a basic toiletry set, like a toothbrush, soap, paste, floss, mouthwash, etc. I'll assume it's around $25 to $35. I would also drop some liquid IV or another substitute inside. Liquid IV is a powder filled with micronutrients that can be mixed with water. One pack of 16 sticks cost $22.75. Next, you want to get a basic survival/medical kit. The Everlit 250 kit has a lot of basic medical items along with a flashlight, another knife, paracord, glow sticks, etc. and it is $39.95. Finally, you want a pair of work gloves to protect your hands, whether you're hunting, building, or foraging. You can get the ironclad work gloves for $15.22. The third tier is $1,000. The first item to get are some combat boots, which, if you've never worn them, are softer and more flexible than normal boots. Free Soldier combat boots are $62.99. For clothing, BDUs are a nice option, and you can get them on different websites like tacticalgear.com. The coats and pants are around $70 each. Another item to stock up on is medicine. Some basic ones to have include aspirin, cough suppressant, antibiotic ointment, antihistamines, and whatever else you need for any specific conditions or illnesses you may have. I would say about $10 each, so $40 for the examples I put up. You would also want a survival guide to give you specifics in a tense scenario. The tiny survival guide costs $11.97. Or you could get a Kindle, which is around $100 right now, and fill it with either official PDFs from the Kindle store or download free ones off of Reddit threads or different websites, and you can carry a whole lot of information on a simple tablet. It could also be beneficial to obtain some THC if it's legal in your area. There have been certain studies that show it can potentially decrease PTSD symptoms. I'd recommend getting some edibles so you can portion them out correctly, making it easier to microdose. And in a stressful situation like the zombie apocalypse, where your friends and family are dying and reincarnating as monsters, this could really help you. The fourth and final tier is $5,000. You should be able to both buy the previous tiers and even upgrade certain items in those tiers. With the rest of the money, you'd want to stock up on food and water that lasts a long period of time for your house. The Wise Emergency Food 240 servings is $578.95. As for water, you could bulk buy water bottles using a water delivery system, which is around $125. The rest of the amount should be for survival classes that have a hands-on approach to different issues like foraging, hunting, fishing, wilderness survival, medical care, traps, etc. You'd also want to spend some of that money on martial arts training. You may have to fight both zombies and other people that try to scavenge your food or other items. And you have to make sure to choose the correct ones for each monster. For zombies, something like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu may not be the best method. You get extremely close to them, they could bite you and turn you into a zombie if that's how it works. So instead, something like a spear martial art or a bow staff martial art which has a long range, could be more effective. Now, I didn't mention firearms in this tier list. That's because they are actually quite expensive. And while if you can get one, you should, it costs a lot of money to get the license for it, depending on where you are, the actual weapon, the bullets, and of course you need to train it as it requires a skill level, and so renting out a booth in a gun range costs money, and when you're shooting out bullets, it also costs money. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe.